The gaming world is in the summer void, E3 is over, and we're waiting for the holiday season. Now sure, we have blockbuster movies, but what about the games? We dig into why it's the dog days of gaming in The Loop. Plus, the best drunken marathon ever. We're taking you to the streets of San Francisco to the Beta Breakers race. Move aside, Kenyans. Us Americans know how to throw a party race better than anyone. And the kids are no longer nestled snug in their beds, no. Because we're taking you down through the chimney to show you the new post-apocalyptic comic, The Last Christmas. Ho, ho, ho! It's Attack of the Show!
Drop the beat. Attack.
What's going on here?
Attack.
Think about this. Attack.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Attack of the Show. It's Tuesday, May 30th. Summer is here. It's a little scorching. Or maybe it's just my blazer. It's hot. I'm Kevin Pereira. Olivia Munn, she's out on assignment today, so we have a very special guest host with us.
Nice
Who
to
are
see
you?
you.
Where are you from? What do you do, sir?
My name is Zach Selwyn. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I'm an auto mechanic in the off-season, and none of Olivia's dresses fit me.
No, but her shoes did. Those
They
look
sure did. Aren't
fantastic
these
on
lovely?
you.
These are just a couple
great.
of her size 14s.
That's a Payless clearance and a half.
It's the hosting world, you know. That's what it is. I'm all about sloppy seconds. Kevin,
Yes.
what'd you do all weekend?
Oh, the weekend was big. Three major events.
Yeah?
I'll keep them quick.
Okay.
One, I saw Zachariah and the Los Lobos Riders.
Hell
is
of a
it?
band, yeah.
At Hotel Cafe. Phenomenal. You're a performer, my
Oh,
friend.
thanks, man. Yeah,
Seriously, really good stuff. I don't like country, but I love you.
Did you know I had those piercings?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah.
You don't need to hold the microphone to them. They jingle loud enough.
Good, noted. Well
That's
noted.
one. Second of all, UFC fighting. Phenomenal.
Oh.
Hoist Gracie getting pounded in the first minute and a half.
Yeah, and how long
Almost
was-
worth the $40.
Almost. And how
Almost.
long before after he was been out of the ring?
I mean,
Like-
he's been gone for several years. I mean, this was UFC 60. Like, he fought back in UFC 6 or 3.
Wow.
But, I mean, apparently he's been wrestling in Japan, but didn't help him there.
Yeah, you know, Tom
So-
Selleck played baseball in Japan. That didn't help him much either. So.
That was the first Gracie Selleck
yeah.
comparison I
Not
think we've
the
had on the
last.
show. I hope not. And of course, X-Men: The Last Stand.
Yes.
Huge.
Huge.
Huge. Largest Memorial opening day ever, I think.
Wow.
Or second largest, or something like that. It was a giant. Did you get a chance to see it?
No, I was actually in line, but it sold out, so I had to go see RV.
Ooh. I hear the special effects are actually better in RV than they were.
They made Robin
X-Men.
Williams look funny again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it would take like a mountain of Coke to do that again.
They had that on set. It was nice.
I miss those days. No, it was. I enjoyed the film. I was one of like 6 nerds that went and saw it. Everybody else was complaining and about this, everything is from the special effects to the mutant backstory, whatever.
Well, so the Kevin Pereira gives it a thumbs up. The
Pretty
geeks
much.
say
Everybody
no.
else, adamantium claws down.
Wow.
So, you know, X-Men may be burning up the charts, that's fine. But coming up, we have a comic book that burns down the Christmas tree. Jerry Duggan stops in to show us his new comic, The Last Christmas. No sugar plums are dancing in this one, kids. Stay tuned. Oh, and why doesn't the gaming world get any love in the summer? What are we supposed to play between E3 and the holidays? Well, it's the dog days of gaming, and we're going to discuss it in The Loop.
And what would summer be without DVDs? Lonely, sad, and social?
What?
Well, we don't want that, do we? Chris Gore will give you his DVD picks of the week in DVD Doomsday. And you ever wonder what it's like to run a marathon drunk? Yeah. Luckily, there's a race that lets you do just that. It's the Beta Breakers race, and we'll give you the shots at the starting line.
I like the way you... The
Yeah.
shots, that's good.
Tilt them back.
But before we fire up the engines, let's get to the feed headlines with Layla Cayley.
Thanks, boys. Here's what's coming up in today's feed. X-Men: The Last Stand scored a major victory at the box office this weekend. I've done a little digging, and I'll tell you how come. Plus, the world can't wait for the Wii. Coming up, some new signs that the artist formerly known as Revolution might just be the hit Nintendo is hoping for. And finally, some big rumors from Steve Jobs and the gang. Is Apple finally going to start making games? I'll get to the bottom of that and lots more later on in the feed. But first, back to you, Kevin and Zach.
Apple making games? Excuse
I like
me?
it. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I'm
At
in.
least someone's going to have a game to play, even if you're... I mean, other than, well, Half-Life's coming out this week. The new add-on for it's coming out.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, but, I mean, other than a couple PC games, there's nothing to play in the summers.
Yeah, what do you get in the summer? You get, you know, like 52 Pickup, the video game.
Online, though, now, in HD, so you can really...
Oh, you can log
Live it.
on, get 51 friends involved. That's cool.
It's almost more interesting than Uno. Almost.
But you can play that alone.
You can. No, I mean, everybody's got to wait for the holidays. There's like some Wii news coming out. There's big games, but you gotta wait till Christmas
Gotta
time,
wait
kids.
for the good stuff, which brings us to our poll question. Is summertime a barren wasteland for video games?
I just told you it was.
Well, let's see what they say out there. Vote by text message. Yes, text your vote to G4TXT. That's 44898 to vote. And you register for AOTS live news alerts at the same time.
2 for 1.
Not bad.
Coming up on the show, everybody, we're giving you the beer goggles and the running shoes as we take you to the Bay to Breakers race. The runners are drunk, and partying is all that really matters. My kind of marathon. And the summer movie blockbusters are here, but where are the big games? We'll go into the dog days of gaming in the loop when Attack of the Show continues.
Attack of the show. Attack of the show. Attack.
If there's one thing that E3 taught us, it's that the next great video game and console is just around the corner. Well, then why are there never any significant game releases during June, July, or August? We're going to find out the answer to this question in today's Loop. That's right. Today we're talking summer gaming. Now, before the break, we asked you, is the summer a barren wasteland for new video games? Well, according to our text message counting scientists at the G4 Laboratory, 70% said yes and 26% said no. How dare 26% disagree with me? I'm gorgeous. Joining us via satellite to help make sense of everything from San Francisco, we have Dan Hsu, the editor-in-chief of Electronic Gaming Monthly. Also from San Francisco, Steve Grohl, senior public relations manager for Sega of America. And all the way from sunny Los Angeles, it's Adam Sessler, co-host of G4's X-Play. Gentlemen, welcome to The Loop. Steve, I want to start with you if we can. You're the game company guy here, so tell me, we have all these big summer blockbuster movies. I don't want to sit in a theater. I want to be at home and play my major game releases. Where are they?
You know, I don't want to sit in the movies either. I want to play games. However, some people are just afraid to put those titles out during the summer. I think you do have an opportunity, though. I think it's a hidden opportunity to put a game out in summer if you have the right title, because you have an audience that's out there with a lot of free hours of time.
Sure, and
you
the
have
right
kids,
title is not
you have young adults.
The right title is not a crappy movie spinoff. Where are the original big hit games? Why is it all expansion packs and handhelds? Why are these companies so afraid?
Well, I think it's a fact that they think kids are out playing outside and not interested in video games during the summertime. And I think that's kind of a misconception.
Look at how fat these kids are, too. They're not outside playing. They're home.
Yeah, they're not out playing, that's for sure.
I've seen those kids.
Dan,
my kid is not that fat.
All right, now, Dan, some people say that, game companies have a bit of an E3 hangover. They work so hard getting a demo up to run that once it happens, E3's over, it's time to focus on actually making the game for the next tentpole, which is the holiday season. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, E3 is really a preview of what's to come in the next few months, not what's really to come out in the next few weeks or so. But I don't think that's really what's causing companies to fall behind on the summer releases, because ultimately what a game company decides when they decide when we're going to bring out a game is when they think they're going to make the most money, when they're going to make the most impact. And so a lot of them still have this kind of old idea of like leftover from years and years ago that if we bring out games during the Christmas holiday time period, we're going to make a lot more money. And that's not necessarily the case anymore.
Sure. Kids, all the gamers still live with their parents. They're just not waiting on their parents to buy them the games. They haven't changed their thought process there. Adam, if there wasn't a major console war going on in this holiday season, do you think we'd see more titles coming out in the summer?
Yes, but that's a qualified yes. This is the worst summer I have ever seen, and I think it is because we have the PS3 coming out and the big 360 games really have been pushed there. And obviously there's nothing coming from Nintendo except, I think, Super Paper Mario or something like that. But usually the summer is really bad, except for one exception when Nintendo put out a ton of really good games during the summer, and they did really well. But it is such a rarity. But everyone's holding on because obviously Microsoft wants to show some great games to go up against the PS3. Sony doesn't have anything ready, and Nintendo has nothing ready. But I want to just comment that it's silly they don't use the summer. I think one of the best examples is the original Prince of Persia, the first one of the trilogy. That game was great, but it got buried under Grand Theft Auto and Halo 2, and no one really paid attention.
Ubisoft buried it under their own titles. Even Beyond Good Evil got tanked by their own stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, I got to come back to you now because it sounds like you're the guy. Tell me, you said that guys, kids are out there. They have the extra time. We don't want to play the video games. We got that. People are out of college. They're on vacation. Will we see a shift now that it seems that the common sense mentality is, hey, there are people that want to play games. Do you think in the future companies are going to start releasing in the summer?
I think in the future they will, but it's going to be a slow change. Everyone's kind of afraid of change anyway, and you know, because we've deemed the holiday season to be the big season, that seems to be where everyone focuses. I've been fortunate enough in the past to have summer launches that have been pretty good launches. I mean, we've done really well with it, so it's proven that it can be done. So I think more people just need to go out there and do it, because there are the kids and young adults out there that have the money to spend. I mean, if young adults aren't in school, they're at their summer job, and then they have even more money to spend.
Sure, when they're down at the skate park playing their electric guitars, they got to go spend mom money somewhere. Let them buy a new game.
I mean, you can only spend so much time in the sun and not get sunburned. Come on now.
Now,
you got to go home and play games.
Because we talk a lot about kids, we talk a lot about, you know, being out of college, being out of school. But what about the so-called 30-year-old average male gamer? Dan, is this concept of we're waiting on someone to give us a game as a gift, is this just dead because the gaming public themselves are older, they can afford it, they can manage their money?
Well, yeah, the average age gamer in the U.S. is 29 years old, so it's actually a lot older than what people think. So yeah, I mean, these, you know, quote-unquote grown-ups, you know, people my age, are playing games all year long, you know. Like this Memorial Day weekend, I actually had a 4-day weekend, and what I did, there's nothing new to play, nothing exciting to play. So I actually went back and went through my old library of games I've just been waiting to catch up on, and had a chance, which was actually pretty nice, to catch up on like games still in their shrink wrap from 2 years ago that I just never got around to. But you know, like I have time. I'm not busy with the holidays. I'm not busy traveling so much, and I'm one of those people I think slowly getting fat and not doing enough outdoor activities, and I have plenty of video game time. So there's a lot of hours and a lot of money I think game companies are missing out on.
Sure. Now, Adam, what say you? You had a long weekend. What games can sustain us through the summer glut? Is there anything that's out now that's worth it?
The one thing, and this is one of the greatest blessings ever, it was delayed from the launch of the 360, but Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4.
Yes.
There's so much gameplay in this game that I think I could be playing this and still be doing new stuff by the time stuff actually starts coming out. I mean, without this game, I really don't know what I'd be doing.
With that. I could be divorced with Oblivion. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. Yes, it does have this problem where it creates very obsessive behavior, calling in sick, you know, looking more pale and kind of gray.
Adam, you've got plenty of more problems to deal with at home than the obsessive gaming habits.
I have a list this big.
All right, Dan, what about you? You said you were dipping back into the catalog. What do we have for the summer?
Well, this summer, I think the most exciting recent release is New Super Mario Brothers on the DS. So this is a game, it's like updated with 3D style graphics, but it's still traditional 2D gameplay. So whether you're like in your 30s and you remember playing Mario growing up or in high school, junior high, whatever, it still retains a lot of that awesome gameplay you remember from your younger days, but with a lot of new innovations that's going to really bring in a new generation of Mario fans as well. And I know the 3D Mario games are great, but I'm still a fan of these 2D ones, and this one is just awesome.
All right, Steve, real quickly, because we have to get it out
I
there.
wish I was in my 30s.
What is Sega giving us this summer very quickly, Steve? What do we have to look forward to?
Well, we've got Chrome Hounds on 360 coming out. We also have Super Monkey Ball on PS2 and PSP, and then we have the Rome Total War expansion pack called Alexander, and those are all coming before August 1st.
Thank you on behalf of all the
summer.
pasty white gamers who refuse to tan. Thank you for
afraid
keeping
of
us
summer.
indoors. Everybody, Dan Hsu, Editor-in-Chief of Electronic Gaming Monthly, Steve Grohl, Senior Public Relations Manager for Sega of America, and of course, Adam Sessler, co-host of G4's X-Play. Thanks for keeping us in the loop, gentlemen. Right now, though, we're heading over to Zach.
Thanks, Kevin. I feel lubricated. Yes, it's a long summer, and we have your DVD picks. Chris Gore stops by and tells us if Blood Rain could possibly be any worse on DVD in DV Tuesday. And from partying to costumes, San Francisco runs a marathon like nobody else. We're taking you to the starting line. Time to lace up those sneaks because we're about to fire the gun. Stay tuned.
In the true spirit of San Francisco, the Beta Breakers is race. It's a race and a celebration, actually. Thousands of costume participants join with families and runners to race 7.2 miles across the city. But as always, we cut to the chase of what this race is really about. That's drinking, nudity, and debauchery. Every year in San Francisco, thousands of costume crusaders come together for a race unlike anything you've ever seen. For some, this race is about finishing first, but for most, it's more about the quantity of booze your gut can hold while you're on the 7.2-mile journey.
It's not really a marathon, so to speak. It's more an endurance challenge.
We followed a team of alcohol athletes who call themselves the Super Friends. This group of ragtag boozers gave us an inside look at how professional drinkers tackle the beta breakers.
This is the big weekend. This is something we've been waiting for all year. Been training hard in the off season.
I train 5 days a week. Some people, I think they take it seriously and prepare all year long like we do, but others, it's just a joke.
It's about hanging out, having a good time, and seeing if you can make it to the finish line.
At the crack of dawn, the Mullet Army piles onto the bus that will take them to the starting line. After you've done all the training you can and the preparations are complete, it's finally time.
Counting the senior.
The intense training seems to have paid off as the Mullet Army makes it to the first checkpoint with ease.
We're probably 1 mile into 7.2 miles.
We're about halfway. So we're just breaking the sweat right now. This is where it gets serious. We black out from here on out.
But the heat rears its ugly head and the booze takes its toll as the team hits the Golden Gate Park.
But at this point, we're all feeling it. It's keg stand time.
It's a little deceiving because you make it to the park, you don't realize it, but you really have halfway to go. And this is the tough part. This is where you really got to dig in and you got to do it. Right now, we just found a party right in the middle of the park. We're going to stick around here for now. So, for now, Beta Breakers 2006 is all done!
Many make it to the breakers, many do not. But all those involved had the time of their lives. And as for the Mullet Army, well, we never saw them again. I'm actually thinking about taking up jogging as a hobby. Or maybe some Greek Pilates. Who knows? Let's go over to a guy who is in peak physical shape himself. Of course, it's Zach Selwyn.
Hey, thanks a lot, Kev. It's time to spike the hair and get the porn out of the DVD player because Chris Gore is here with his DVD picks of the week. It's DVD Tuesday. Welcome back, Chris. Nice to see you, man.
Hey, good to see you. Good to talk to you. Our first DVD Tuesday together, man.
Very excited. Happy to be here.
Nice.
I hear you checked out this flick called Date Movie. What can you tell me about it?
Date Movie. Of course, Date Movie is a spoof comedy about, spoofing
Dating.
films like Pretty Woman, When Harry Met Sally, stuff like that. A lot of chick flicks that you and I probably don't go to see.
Hey.
But look, if you're a fan of spoof comedies, this has all kinds of vile, gross, disgusting humor, which is my favorite kind. I mean, I'm not, as a film reviewer, I don't consider myself an elitist. I like jokes about farts and cats taking craps on the toilet and whatnot. I mean, I find that kind of stuff funny, The lead character is a guy named Grant Faulkner, and of course he's wooing the character played by Allison Hannigan. There's just all kinds of spoofs of not just romantic comedies, but latest films like, of course, movies like Kill Bill and whatnot. And look, it's a dumb comedy, so you got to know what you're getting into with this. It's not A-list like Airplane or Blazing Saddles,
But it's a dumb comedy.
it's a good dumb comedy.
Any dumb special features on this DVD?
Actually, it's packed with good dumb special features. 3 commentary tracks, one with the writer, director, the cast, and then another commentary track with some film critics. The funny thing we're seeing here, these are auditions of all the actors in the film having orgasms, a la When Harry Met Sally.
Fred
and it's
Willard
actually
had to audition? Fred Willard?
Exactly, and the orgasm, you did an orgasm during your audition as well.
I
for
did.
this,
That's how I got this
and
part.
That's how you got it. But
I'm a silent guy, though.
packed with extras, deleted scenes, commentary, lots of fun stuff.
What's the bottom line?
The bottom line is this is a solid rent. Definitely something you can kick back with your buddies, suck back a few and have some fun.
So see it once, don't see it again, don't add it to the collection.
Exactly. When I say
That
suck
kind
back
of
a few, I mean beers.
You mean beers?
I mean beers.
Of
Just
course
want to
you
get
do.
that straight.
Now, what about Blood Rain? We all remember the video game. They made a movie out of it. What's going on with that one?
Blood Rain, of course, comes from director Uwe Boll, who ruined the House of the Dead video game series.
Uwe is more like it.
Yeah, so Blood Rain, this is Uwe at his best, which I think any other director might be craptacular. Look, even with the lesbian subtext, this vampire movie just makes no sense. I mean, there's so many different things that are bad about it, from the story to the acting to the special effects to the lame fighting. The fight sequences just leaves so much to be desired.
Is there anything good about this? Any special features we'd like to see?
Well, yeah, that's the thing is there's actually just a couple things. There's some behind the scenes on it. You'll see, Uwe directing and whatnot, and there's a commentary with Uwe and the cast in which during the commentary he says, "This is one of the worst DVD commentaries ever."
Wow. Throws his own DVD commentary under a bus.
He does, and I just think with that alone, him not recommending his own special features, I kind of think you know where I'm going with this one.
So obviously your verdict on this one is a buy, right?
No. Look, you can pass. Your life will be complete if you never see Blood Rain.
Nice. I probably won't ever see that. Let's talk about this one. Natural City, obviously not about Los Angeles. Looks like, some kind of sci-fi thing going on there if you judge a book by its cover, which I always do.
Well, this is an interesting film. It's from Korea. We've seen a lot of interesting Asian horror films. This is Asian sci-fi, and Asian sci-fi at its best. The plot involves some cyborgs uprising in the future, and this elite group trying to put them down and whatnot. And what I would describe it as, it's kind of like an anime brought to life with spectacular special effects. It's been compared to, it's kind of like Blade Runner meets The Matrix.
Wow.
And it's unbelievable film. And what's cool about this is it definitely marks, and you should definitely, the one thing I do want to mention is Tartan Asia Extreme is the company that put this out. They put out a lot of this sci-fi Asian films that are amazing.
Any special features on this thing?
Special features are behind the scenes. There's no commentary, but there's behind the scenes and whatnot.
Special effects, that whole thing.
Special effects, yeah. How they did these special effects on no budget. This looks like they spent $200 million.
Wow.
There's jaw-dropping stuff in this movie.
Little do they know the budget, 30 grand.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I actually don't know what the budget of this film was, but it looks like they definitely spent over $100 million because it has that big anime feel to it. Bottom line is, this is definitely a buy because it's going to be one of those films that's hard to find. It's also something you can show your friends. They won't be able to find it. You'll be cool for everyone.
You'll be the cool guy with Natural City.
And it holds its value, its resale value. So when you go to sell it used to get a new DVD,
I can't wait for Unnatural. Oh yeah, Unnatural City with the cyborgs with implants. I'm looking forward to that.
Exactly.
Now you always bring something extra with you. What do you got for us today?
Got a quick pick this week. If you're looking for a different kind of date movie, this is Side Effects, starring Katherine Heigl, of course, of Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
And I could tell you about the plot, but I think all you need to know about this movie is Katherine Heigl takes off all of her clothes and in a bra and panties kind of dances around the room.
That's a buy.
Dances.
That's a buy, people. I'm going to recommend this one myself. You do one TV show, they throw you in a DVD of like a movie. She probably did this in like 87.
And there's a lot of special features on this too.
Cool.
Great film to check out.
I'll definitely check that out, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, man. Remember to visit filmthreat.com or chrisgore.com for more information. Now, still ahead, do you remember when Christmas was all about stockings hung with care? Well, our next guests are giving Santa a machine gun in an effort to avenge the deaths of his little elves. Comedian Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan, creators of The Last Christmas, are stopping by. And we're going inside eBay like Tron to shine the light on the auctions you gotta see to believe. We're splitting into molecules when we come back. Stick around.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. I'm Zach Selwyn. Coming up in this half hour, we're still giving you more attitude than a gorilla being shot in the ass with an arrow. It's all we know. Oh yeah, we also have the creators of the comic The Last Christmas, and we'll show you stuff you never even knew existed, and it came from eBay.
That's right, but first, Zach, hold on a second. There's bigger news.
Really?
Here's the feed.
Thanks, guys. I'm Layla Kaylee, and I don't care how many hot dogs you ate at your Memorial Day barbecue, you better have some room left for the feed. It was certainly a huge weekend for X-Men The Last Stand. Despite our Brett Ratner bashing, the mutants came out on top, taking in a whopping $120 million over the holiday. It was the biggest Memorial Day opening ever and the fourth biggest opening weekend of all time. Only Spider-Man, Revenge of the Sith, and Shrek 2 have done better. Nice going, Professor X. Despite X-Men's success, producers say there won't be an X4. Instead, get ready for some spin-offs. Now you can follow your favorite mutants in their own individual 2-hour adventures. First up is Wolverine. Hugh Jackman has signed on to tell the story of just how Logan got those adamantium claws in the first place. And rumors have already surfaced about an upcoming Magneto movie as well. Personally, I'm holding out for a Cypher spin-off. Nothing's more exciting than language translation. And in more comics news, the New York Times is reporting that Kathy Kane, better known as Batwoman, will be making her comeback. This time as a lesbian. 52, the year-long series from DC Comics, will feature Batwoman as a rich socialite who has a steamy affair with a female detective. Batwoman has not been seen since 1979, when she was killed off by the League of Assassins. It already sounds sexier than Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. Mario fans rejoice. A new survey by Famitsu magazine says that almost 70% of Japanese gamers are most looking forward to the arrival of the Nintendo Wii. This has got to be a tough blow to Sony. The survey also says nearly 85% of the people polled believe the PlayStation 3 will be too expensive. And finally, Apple's Steve Jobs may have figured out something else for you to spend your money on. According to rumors on GameSpot, Apple has been heavily recruiting programmers with gaming backgrounds to work on a super secret project. Could this mean that Apple is finally ready to enter the world of computer gaming? Watch your back, Bill Gates. Maybe soon we'll all be playing Spore on our iPod Nanos. Well, that's all for today. Get yourself a breath mint because you've been fed. Now back to you, Kevin and Zach.
Thanks for the news, Layla, but right now, let's switch gears. When your roommate asks you where you got that jar of purple mayonnaise, just be sure to tell him that it came from eBay!
What's going on here?
Kevin, let's start things off with this. It's an auction for an authentic leprechaun flute.
Oh, is that where the gold is?
Might be. It says if you get this, the leprechaun will play it for you and take you to his pot of gold.
Oh, nice.
Now, as reported in Mobile, Alabama, leprechauns are letting themselves be seen.
Yes.
So obviously, he does claim there's a pot of gold. He's trying to sell this thing. Don't be fooled by imitations. Real leprechaun flutes only make a noise that a leprechaun can hear.
Sure.
I hear it right now.
My buddy actually played a real leprechaun's flute once, but
wow.
Now he just gets lucky breakouts like 3 times a year.
That's not on video, is it?
It was actually.
It was.
YouTube.
Well, it started out at $19.99, but you can always buy it for the very affordable price of $4,500.
You're going to recoup it at the end of the rainbow. I mean, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, good auction. Way to start it off. But how about this, Zachariah? A car named Chaos.
Ooh.
It's a black 1994 V12 Mercedes-Benz S600 equipped with the machine gun / shotgun firing system, oil slick, smoke screen, nail tracks. It's like Spy Hunter.
Wow.
Or
Does it come with
ideal
the
for
cool
any
theme
rapper.
music? Dun, 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 dun,
No, you actually have to hum
dun,
it yourself. No room
Ah.
for the sound system because the driver's side airbag has actually been taken out so you can hide a pistol in the steering wheel.
DMX would use that car.
Totally would. He'd actually shoot his passengers. He rolls that way. Rear-mounted surveillance cameras, and the doors even have oxygen masks in the armrests. 25 bids so far, up to $14,989.
Just a couple dollars less than that flute, actually.
True.
Yeah. Up next, we have the independent release of American Idol winner Taylor Hicks.
Did you really bring this to the party? This is what you brought?
I did. You know why? It's a brand new sealed copy of Under the Radar by Taylor Hicks.
You're the guy who brings the light beer to the kegger.
I'm the guy who brings the Keystone. The thing is, this is chock full of hit tracks like The Deal, Hell of a Day, and I Have Gray Pubes.
Yes.
Not many people know that was one of his early hits. Didn't do very well.
I thought you were announcing that.
No,
that's
it's a Taylor Hicks song. Yeah.
Okay.
Big tune right there. Anyway, after 12 bids, the winner who won this auction paid $47.09.
Wow.
That's sad.
That's the first and I think the last CD that will ever be sold by Taylor Hicks, actually. Finally, we have what is, in my opinion, the best auction from today. I'm just kind of throwing down the gauntlet.
Okay.
Here we go. Master Chief's full suit of armor. Well, a red version of it, at least. According to the seller, it's the armor that all of the, quote, pimp Spartans wear. Auction includes a helmet with working LEDs on the side, fans to keep the helmet wearer cool, chest and back plate, shoulder connectors, gauntlets, of course, the codpiece. Gotta have it. The butt plate, thigh gauntlets, and more. It's great. I've always wanted to throw like a Flood and Covenant cuddle party. You know, maybe some massive Halo orgy.
I'm down with that,
Now
man.
you go. 3 bids, sold for $815.
Righteous deal, Kevin, and that's it. No more. I can't handle it. Don't act so surprised, all right? You must always expect the unexpected when
it came. Finish it off.
From eBay.
Ooh, bad idea. Still coming up in the show, it's AOTS Wheels. Big C will show you hydraulics and lowriders that you just won't believe. And comedian Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan join us. They're the creators of The Last Christmas. It's going to replace 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Mark my words, kids. I don't lie. We'll be right back. Bye. Folks, during the apocalypse, no one is safe, even at the North Pole. And our guests today are the creators of The Last Christmas. It's a comic book. It's gory. Comedian Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan.
Welcome. How's it going?
Jerry. See your fans right here. I'm sorry they were pounding on the limo earlier.
Yeah, they are crazy.
My apologies for that. They want to have your children, actually.
I hear them.
Which is odd, because there's not a woman among that bunch.
I want to have my
unfortunately.
children.
Yeah, you should. You should. Post-apocalyptic Christmas story. It's May. I don't know if you guys are aware. Awkward time to maybe release a Christmas tale.
It's not a Christmas tale. It's an apocalypse tale.
Yeah, hopefully the book's other flavor
And
is really of the moment.
Right, and it's always time for the apocalypse.
Sure. Any given moment.
All year round.
But this is the apocalypse with some mistletoe. What's the story going on here?
It's look, if we waited till Christmas, we might not get the book out the way things are going. So
yeah,
right
there
now
might
it's the
not be a
perfect time.
Christmas.
Yeah.
In real life.
Right. Or
Anyway.
a comic industry by the time we get around.
yeah.
So how does this work? You
It's
guys
basically Mad Max. The whole idea is Mad Max in a Santa suit. That was the core of the idea, and then everything else came from there. But we were just laughing. We were playing Halo, of all things.
Sure.
And
Stone Cold Sober.
Yeah, as far as you know. Of
course.
And yeah.
As far as the audience knows.
yeah.
That's right, kids.
Anyway, we're playing the Halo. He's talking about Santa Claus, and I just go, dude, Mad Max, Santa Claus, and he laughed really hard.
Is there some like Elvish Thunderdome scene, or will we get to anything with that?
That's in the sequel, the second sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be sweet.
No, it didn't start off as a comic though when you were talking about it, right? It started off as a screenplay.
Yes.
Yeah, we wrote it as a feature and then really decided that we really needed to show people this and not really trust that anyone would get it on their desk and immediately go, this is a film that I have to make.
Yeah, this is the kind of idea you got to hold somebody's hand. You got,
Right, walk them through it. Here we go.
Especially over there in Hollyweird, right?
So did you
They're not that smart.
Did you have
most
an
of them.
elevator
Yeah,
pitch
yeah.
for the movie that was, listen, we were playing Halo. I thought
yeah.
Tina Turner, Mad Max, Santa
Yeah,
Claus,
yeah.
and they were like, wait, we're not quite
Dude,
sure.
leave Tina Turner out of it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, she doesn't belong anywhere near this. You guys didn't meet during a match of Halo though, right? You Match.com or MySpace? How'd you guys hook up?
We were J-Date? I don't know.
A Russian mail order bride type site. Brian was obviously lying.
We met at a comical book shop where they sell comical books.
Oh.
Yeah, and I went, I like comical books. And he worked there selling them. And
yeah, it was, you were doing Super Nerds with Patton, and I helped them build the set, and then sort of found some other jobs at that production company. And it wasn't too long after that we had that idea. It was.
So, I mean, how many? This is issue. one of one that's out there now,
One of
right?
five,
But it's going to be one of five.
Yeah,
so.
1 of 5.
And are you hoping to have it wrapped up around the holiday season or something like that?
Yeah, we think issue 5 will be in stores in October, and then the collection will be in comic shops in November.
yeah, and hope to have it like in Borders and places like that where you can, get it online. And,
Right. What about the
and give
spin-off
it to
merch,
somebody who it might be inappropriate for, like give it to an 8-year-old and
Yeah.
watch their whole world come crashing down around them.
This is what happens when you don't leave them milk and cookies. You're going to get piano wire
Yeah,
around the
it's
neck.
not for kids at all, and I hope some kids read it.
Now, I mean, this could spoil the.
Of course.
Is that appropriate?
No,
Yeah,
kids
no.
are definitely going to read it. The shooting of Dasher is also brilliant as well. You guys you pull no punches in this. I mean, you got decapitated elves, you got disemboweled henchmen. But are you just going to make it as gory as possible? Or you just want to make Mother proud?
Yeah, but there's also a story there that we really want to tell, and there's heart to it. You wouldn't think, but it's coming.
We redeem everything. There's one boy that still believes in Christmas and Santa, and you're going to meet him soon in the second issue. And
is Santa going to shake? Not to get into spoilers, but he's going to shake his suicidal tendencies before issue 2, because I mean he tries to kill himself 16 different ways in issue number 1.
Right.
So.
Yeah, he starts to turn around in issue 2.
he's a much better giver than he is a receiver. So when he starts to finally, drop it, it'll be fun.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, why Santa? Is there something? What did you have like a horrible experience when you found out that Santa might not be real? There's word on the street.
I think I caught on pretty early because, most kids they have their dad can put on a Santa suit, but I didn't have a dad, and I didn't live in a house. So it's like harder to fall for that when it's your mom climbing through a window wearing a beard. That's just odd.
A little bit.
That's hard to believe.
But he visits trailers. He's not. He doesn't discriminate.
I didn't live in a trailer.
No, I'm just saying he'll visit any type of place.
This
not just a
interview's
house.
over.
You should rip off the mic and walk off. That'd be great. What about you? Any crazy? When did you find out?
I found out Mike Hayes told me, and I got him back. I made him eat an acorn. I told him they were really sweet, and he actually ate it, and like his eyes watered up. And I would rather have Santa back, but I still
Sure.
get to watch
Just
a
a-
kid eat an acorn, so it's
Take that, Mike Hayes.
it's kind of a wash.
Is
You
Mike Hayes
Santa
gonna
ruiner.
Is gonna pop up in issue number 4?
Yeah, a zombie guts him.
Awesome,
We'll see.
gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on.
And we make him eat an acorn.
Right, the ultimate,
Yes,
ultimate.
yeah.
Thank you guys for coming
Thanks
on.
for
I
having me,
appreciate
man.
it. Pleasure having you guys. Everybody, it's The Last Christmas, and it's in comic book stores everywhere. And of course, you can visit thelastchristmas.com for even more info. But right now, head over to Zach.
Thanks, guys. Coming up after the break, Big C takes you to the streets of hydraulic cars and AOTS wheels. How could it get any better? All this when we come back.
Attack of the show. Attack.
What's going on here?
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Let me ask you something. What's it called when you find a little boy, make him wear a dress, drench him in makeup, and force him to pretend to be a little girl?
My childhood?
No, it's actually hazing the new co-host. You'll find out.
Oh.
No, actually none of the above. We're both liars. I call it the twisted Japanese game show Banzai, part of your midnight spank.
The Lying Little Lady Puzzle.
5 pretty young girls all in a row, all hoping to be crowned queen at this year's Banzai beauty pageant. Unfortunately, one of these lovely young lady beauty queens is a little boy bloke. Question is, can you sort the boy out from the girls? Could it be number 1?
Is this little blondie a tootsie? What you reckon?
What about number 2?
Could she be the junior gender bender?
Here, number 3.
Is she really a little lady boy?
Number 4.
Could it be that she one of them? Hard to tell, isn't it?
Finally, number 5.
Is this little lady a little laddie? Eh?
Wow.
Which of these little ladies is actually a little man? I'm going with number 1.
I'm Deuce.
I'm going 1. You'll just
All
have to tune in tonight to Banzai at midnight to find out the answer to that burning question. And you can play along live online at g4tv.com and be recognized on our weekly leaderboard.
Like those guys?
Like those guys.
Wow.
Look at how good they are. It's Banzai every Tuesday night at midnight, all part of our midnight spank block right here on G4.
Yes. Now, Big C is not your average automotive correspondent. Today, he's going deep, very deep, into the world of lowriders and hydraulics, and he's joined by the king of the streets, Vernon Maxwell, in Attack of the Show Wheels.
What's up, y'all? I'm outside the garage of Vernon Maxwell, a.k.a. the king of the streets, owner, Ultimate Hydraulics. Everybody know this man. You've seen him on the cover of magazines. You've seen him in videos. I'm talking about lowrider. And we're gonna show you how to turn something like that into something like this. What's up, dog?
What's happening? Come on in, man.
Yeah, I've been hearing about you, man. They've been telling me to come through.
Yeah,
I'm Big
you
C.
know.
What's up, man?
No, not a whole lot.
You're
Working on these cars.
I see you shining.
Yeah, you know.
I see you shining. Okay, I fit. Ooh. They call you the king of the streets. From Ultimate Hydraulics. Why they call you that?
Known for shutting it down when you come through with the hydros. You know, one of the hottest hoppers out there. You know, when you want the front tires up off the ground, you know, we know how to get that done.
Everybody's not able to do this. This is not like an everyday thing that, you know, you're gonna candy your car out, chrome it out all the way around. What's like a trend that everybody's gonna know that's coming out of Ultimate Hydraulics?
A lot of chrome.
When a car comes in, not just about putting the chrome on it, man. Tell me what the business really is at Ultimate.
Well, we take them from nothing. Tear them all the way down, you know, do the frames on them, do the suspension on them. When a person come in and they drive out, they're driving out in a brand new car.
And what goes into, you know, keeping them together when you hopping them, man? When you know, slamming them back down to the ground, dropping them on the ground, really, you know, doing a low-low.
Oh, we reinforce the frames.
Okay.
As you can see, this frame here is fully reinforced. It's boxed all the way in, all the way around all 4 sides.
Okay.
You know, that stiffens it up to be able to take the abuse from the hydraulics. Otherwise, you know, it could fold up.
You gave me my lesson. I've been from the front to the back.
Yeah.
Can you get me from under to inside?
That's solid.
Let's get out of this garage and go check out the show-winning Impala.
You know, this right here is the foe. It was like my ace in the hole, you know, the same concept, the same color scheme. the one that won King of the Streets, you know.
So award winner.
Absolutely. 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
You did that, man. Now,
Yeah.
you said I can get in it.
Come on.
All right. That's like riding a rodeo.
Absolutely.
I just gotta take this thing for one more ride. Oh, yeah! That's why they call you the king. I brought y'all out here for me to ultimate hydraulics to show y'all how to low ride. Oh, yeah!
See, he's been walking around with a neck brace for weeks since that, actually. I need to get a lowrider. That's it. I think that settles it.
Oh, man, thanks, Big C. Big Z here gives you his approval.
Nice. Stay where you are, everybody. The monitor heads are talking. After the break, we have your video voicemail when we come back.
Computers on Attack of the Show provided by Intel. Game on. Power up. Take control with the Intel Pentium Processor Extreme Edition.
All right, everybody, it's time to check your video voicemail.
First up,
yes, let's
Jesse.
Jesse
From Los Angeles, California. What does he have a question about?
The dog days of video games this summer. Let's see it.
Hey, this is Jesse from Los Angeles. I want to know, should I take the summer off from video games and finally learn how to swim?
Strapping young lad. I'll give
Yeah,
him that.
handsome guy.
Very much so.
Sure.
Yeah, take it off. I mean, you're going to miss Chrome Hounds. That's the one good game coming out for the
Right.
360. You're going to miss that, but I don't know. I mean,
But I think a swimming, lesson might really help him with the ladies.
Could.
So that might be nice.
yeah, you don't want to be like Grand Theft Auto 1 through 3 where you can't actually do any of the dog paddle.
dog
you
paddling.
sink like a rock and you're back at the hospital.
You're going right down to the bottom. It's
It
like
could help.
Escape from Alcatraz. Is that a game yet?
Should be.
Call my
I don't think
guy.
it is.
Call my guy.
I'll give it a ring. That's all the time we have for video voicemail, though. But to send the video voicemail, if you want your little face to appear right, check out our website for instructions. It's G4TV.com, by the way. Yeah, stick around, though, because up next on the G4, we've got back-to-back episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. Then at 10, we've got The Man Show, and we'll follow that up with interactive Star Trek and finish off the night with Banzai in the Midnight Spank. We got you covered. Oh, and finally, before we go, one last thing, actually. Yes, we know X-Men had a huge opening, but so did Gwen and Angelina.
Ew!
Both of them gave birth this weekend.
But one recent birth has gone largely unnoticed.
True.
Goro from Mortal Kombat must have found his baby mama.
He did?
Because look at this kid.
Oh!
There
wow.
he is. Wow. You know what? I was born with a third leg, but I don't show that on camera.
That's a kickstand. Stop lying. That's the show, everybody.
Hey, tomorrow, Maxim Hot 100 Babe and my former host from Extreme Dodgeball, Michelle Merkin, is stopping by.
Yes.
And I'll be playing basketball with a bunch of dwarfs who call themselves the LA Breakers.
Literally?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're good. They're awesome.
Wow. We know your life, everybody.
Yes, and we have permission to attack.
Can we do it now?
We can.
Should I warm up first?
Do
I don't
something.
I don't want to pull a hammy.
I want to get my shoes off.
Could you? Yeah, seriously, those things are hideous.
These are going to be on eBay tomorrow.